Charlie, what can you tell us anything more about the Victory Hotel, formerly known as the Border House?
Where is the Victory Hotel?
It's on a street called the Brink. Walk to the other side of the crossroads, past the Chinaman store. You'll get to a bridge called the Rialto. Cross the Rialto to get to Marco Polo. Marco Polo will take you to the Brink. Victory Hotel's on the end of the Brink. Big gray building, wooden door, bench out front. I think there's some scaffolding still left from the construction work. That might help you get down into the canals, but I haven't been around there in a while.
Tell us how the Fringe is doing, Charlie.
Do you own this place?
Nah, I just run it. I used to own it, though. Bought it cheaply right after the collapse, hoping business would pick up again. It never did. I managed to sell it eventually, and the new owners hired me back to manage it. With the new capital, we turned the business around. We're one of the hottest places to go in Newport right now. We get VIPs from around the world. They scram in, party, leave the next morning. Funny thing is, 10 years ago, this was a popular student hangout, the Fringe Cafe. I worked here as a bartender. This neighborhood, Venice, it was a great place to live. We used to think it was the center of the world. And it was, for a while. Different world, different times. The collapse changed a lot of things. Hell, it changed everything.
Have you lived in Venice all your life?
Feels like that sometimes. But no, I came here for school when I was 19. The Venice Academy of the Visual Arts. It was famous. Still is, but for very different reasons. Back then, it was the best art school in the city. After the collapse, I lived uptown for a while. I needed to get as far away from Venice as I possibly could. Place has gone to hell the past decade, even more so than the rest of Newport. I don't live here. No one lives here, not if they have a choice.
What did you study at the academy?
I'll tell you if you promise not to laugh. I studied dance.
You did?
I was a kid. I believed that with enough passion, I could do anything I wanted. I had such faith in myself and in the world. But faith and passion alone will only carry you so far before reality sets in. I hung in there for a while, but money was tight. I had to drop out and find a job. When that happens, you got to face up to the facts. Your life ain't gonna turn out the way you hoped it would. And your dreams, they don't matter so much anymore. You lose faith, but life goes on. Besides, look where it got me in the end. I've done well for myself. I'm a happy man. Giving up on your dreams isn't necessarily such a bad thing.
Not wholly convinced of his position there, but
Thanks, Charlie. I appreciate all your help.
You're welcome, girl. Let me know if you find your friend, all right?
Charlie's become a businessman. So let's make our way to the hotel. And of course, now it has an additional name. It's not just the Border House and the Fringe Cafe, but it's the Victory Hotel now on the Brink Street. So we continue the theme of adding names of boundaries and borders to everything that surrounds Venice.
You shouldn't be listening in on people's private conversations, lady. Go back to whatever mall you crawled out of and leave us be.
Tried to listen too close.
She's so young. To be living on the streets at her age. I can't imagine what that's like.
You'd better get out of here before anybody sees you, lady. You look like you have money.
These people look really desperate. I didn't know anyone still lived like this.
Zoe is a bit sheltered.
Before the collapse, I had my own business.
Oops. Sorry about that.
The Shakespeareans control Venice. I think the Eye has given up on us. I've met Othello, the leader of the Shakespeareans. He may be short, but he's really intimidating.
Shakespeareans seem to have this thing with stature.
Before the collapse, I had my own business. Now I have nothing, not even a place to sleep.
Lady, are you stupid or just deaf? You shouldn't be here. Not that I care, but you're just begging to be kidnapped. Othello's boys are everywhere.
Alright, let's see if we can listen to from here.
I'm hungry.
I know, Sarah, but there's nothing I can do.
You can't talk to Othello. He's got food.
You know I can't talk to him. He'll want something in return.
Maybe I can go talk to him.
You are not going anywhere near Othello. You don't know what he and the other Shakespeareans might do to you.
I'm just so hungry.
I'll figure something out. Just try to think about something other than food.
Really harsh times over here.
Hey, you! Come here! You! Come by!
No thanks.
Talk about an old-fashioned way of staying warm. My dad told me about conditions during the collapse, but I didn't think people still lived like this. Another homeless guy. I can see the...
Oh, come on. You can talk to me. I'm friendly.
I'm not complaining. I got alumi plastic over my head at night, a hot barrel to keep me warm, and enough emergency rations to last me a month. Everyone's saying they had it better before the collapse. Me? I had it just as rough. No difference. If I wanted to, I could leave Venice, move uptown. But why would I do that? Down here, I got freedom and fresh air. That's all a man needs.
Well, there's the alternative viewpoint, I guess. Yeah, Robot Kitty just walked up the trash can right there. And what a mess.
Isn't there a place where these people can sleep and eat?
I've nothing left to live for. I used to own an art gallery here in Venice. Now look at me. My gallery was really famous, but fame gets you nowhere when the world falls to pieces. One day I was the owner of Roma Gallery. The next, I was living on the street together with thousands of others.
And you guys should remember the Roma Gallery is where we talked about art with Cortez. Let's see if I can overhear any other conversations.
Life isn't fair. No one should have to live like this. Casablanca may be a bit dull, but I'm so glad I live there and not here. No one should have...
Nope. Okay, I guess I'll just talk to him.
I don't talk to outsiders.
Well then.
You think just 'cause you got proper clothes and clear skin, you're better than us?
No.
The Syndicate can't help you if you get into trouble down here.
Another cold and rainy day in Newport. And to make things worse, my arthritis is acting up. I can't afford any procedures. I can't even afford medicine.
You'll remember one of the first lines that April said was, "It's another sunny day in Newport." So here's the echo of the opposite. So we'll continue on our way to the Victory Hotel in the next video.